Hey, what's happening?
What's up, man?
All right, so here's but how do you DJ gospel people? I mean, you know, normally, hey, you know what different music to play. Now,
man, let me tell you. Okay, so I've done about maybe 300 weddings. What people don't know, so I've done 300 weddings.
Got it.
Okay, like from 2018 to now, still currently doing weddings. And so one of the things that weddings teaches you is how to read the room.
Right.
How to read the crowd. And so I believe and it's the same thing with any gospel sphere. You kind of reading the room. Is it old Baptist gospel?
But folk let loose at weddings.
Right.
So you might slide in some Too Short.
Right.
You might slide in.
Right, a little 2 Chainz.
Some mystical.
Yes.
And then.
Yeah, a little Cardi.
You can't do none of that.
None of that. Nah. No. So one of the beautiful things about what I do as a DJ, I think that the beautiful part about being a DJ is that you're also an artist.
Okay.
You're getting to mix certain things together. You're getting different music, different cultures, and you're being able to merge these things. And so the same thing I would apply at a wedding. I'm like, yo, how can I apply this creativity to the gospel sphere?
Right.
Which is then what kind of started me on my path of DJing online, doing my Just Got Saved mixes, putting Too Short next to Kurt Franklin, and seeing what happens when we create this smorgasbord of creativity. So. Yeah, that's
yeah, but when you doing for gospel, are you? No, I want to put some Luther in.
Come
here.
on.
I want to.
Come on. Right.
And then, but have you ever got caught? Where you're like, oh, they run too long.
Yes. So there's one that I've done previously, and I did. I think it was a Hezekiah Walker song, and I put it to Salt Shaker by the Yin Yang Twins. And I went back and I listened to it the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this is a little much. This is a little, when you let
Salt Shaker
call it Billy Ocean." Yeah, it just so I was like, there's certain times when you've gone too far. So you try to I don't know, man. You try to kind of have a good balance, I guess. You have.
But have you ever done an event where again you get sidetracked or whatever, and then that part go a little too long, and then the whole audience be looking like...
Yeah, and they done turned around, and they're like, sir, who is Billy Ocean? I ain't never... And so, so the way in which I do it is I kind of go in, and I'm looking at the songs, and I'm like, okay, is the song... okay, there's a difference between this is how we do it and mixing a Hezekiah Walker, right? Versus doing a Hezekiah Walker in the Yin Yang Twins. It's just, there's a big difference, right? Or Crisscross and Fred Hammond. You could do, I can get away with that because
jump,
little Fred, this is the day. Cool, great. But when you start getting into Get Low and, and A Ladies by Travis, hey, sir, I done got in trouble. The Saints is out here. They watching. They is watching. So I tried to train.
Right, you can't do Rich Homie Quan.
No.
Walkthrough. You
can't. No. There's certain. There are non-negotiables here.
Right.
All right. And so even my wife would be like, yeah, I think that one's a little too far. I'd be like, babe, you think so? She's like, yeah, I think that one's gonna get you canceled. I'm like, all right, cool. Cool.
Are there some artists where you they can't make the cut? I'm sorry. Too Short. I'm cool with you.
So
you can't play My Favorite Word.
Okay, hold on now. So because the Bishop was out there, Bishop T.D. Jakes was out there. I don't know if y'all saw that video.
Okay.
But the DJ was playing, and Bishop was out there getting it for his wife's birthday. So the Saints, and so I'm going in the comments because I'm like, yeah, I would have tried something like this.
Now hold up, but that was at his wife's. That was a birthday
party. Yes.
But I'm talking about if you got 6 cities, you getting the crowd hyped for the concert. You at the gospel.
Yes.
That's a birthday party.
Right.
It lets you get away.
Right.
So you can be the bishop at the birthday party.
Right.
Now you can't be dropping
Bishop
it low.
at the Potter's house is different.
Right.
I got you.
If it was we celebrating Serena's birthday at the church.
Right. It's a little different.
Yeah, I don't think
it's the Clark sisters.
Yeah, I don't think
for sure.
I don't think that's gonna work.
So all right, so it's about number one, navigating right? It's weird. I guess I'm pioneering something. And so it's like, all right, I know when I go out here and I do my thing, I have already made a set list where I'm like, okay, this is going to be, it's going to be good for this particular crowd.
All right.
So I'm setting things up in a way in which I'm not going all the way now. If we was outside, it'd be different. If it was the birthday party, it'd be different. But because we're still we're going to bring glory to God.
Right.
Right? We still want to have a good time and bring joy, but I just don't want it to be stuffy.
Right.
So,
Yes.
you know, so I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I can mix, I can mix Jump Around and This is the Day, right? By Fred, and feel okay, because people can, whether you're an older saint or a younger saint, you used to listen to this music, or you've heard it somewhere.
Yeah,
You've been
right.
to a ball game. You recognize the beat, and all I'm doing is now just applying maybe a gospel message over that beat.
Got it.
Right? And so that's kind of how I'm navigating.
Okay, so you mentioned outside. So is a indoor gospel event in a church different than a outdoor gospel event,
For sure.
like in the park?
I feel so. Like if we in the
Like what is it about the walls?
It's the walls, man. It's the walls. It's the way in which, like, you go in and you still know it's church, right? Like, we're at House of Hope, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, we ain't doing nothing too crazy, because the folks got to come back Sunday. They got to come back Sunday. So I'm like, all right, we're going to keep it. We'll keep it in a safe space for people to do.
But if this was in the parking lot?
If it was in the parking lot, we have a little bit more liberty, because we're outside. Like, I did a block party in New York,
Right.
for a church, and they were like, yeah, we want to hear X, Y, Z, and we also want to do the wobble. We want to do Cupid Shuffle.
Right.
Because we're outside of the walls of the church. So
Right.
sometimes it is the four walls of the church that kind of give you a little bit of a guardrail.
So during any of these events, have you ever gotten
Nah.
you ain't never had somebody?
Nah.
I need to holler at you.
Nah. No, okay, because people don't try me out here in these streets. Like, it's okay, so it's one thing. Folks will do it in the comment section.
Okay.
They'll try in the comment section.
So you never asked somebody physically, be like,
yeah, and I ain't never had.
I mean, I've had that hosting events.
Yeah. Yes.
Where folk try. Now I don't know why they do that.
Right.
Cause I ain't gonna stop.
Right.
So like we did a deal. It was at Black Caucus. And see, if Henry start laughing, don't be shy. So he was videotaping it. They forgot the awards.
Okay.
So it was a Michigan event sponsored by the big three automakers, and they forgot the awards. Okay, I'm emceeing. I don't know how I cannot make light of. And I was kind of like, y'all couldn't drive the awards here?
Right.
I'm like, between General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler, y'all couldn't figure it out. So, dude,
Somebody got a truck.
Dog, I'm killing them. And the brother who's over it, like there was a break, so he called me into like the hallway, said, hey, listen, can we not mention again if we forgot the awards? And he's going through this whole deal. And I was like, okay, all right. And so then when I get out there, I was like, guess what my man told me back in the hallway?
He said, hey, don't mention this no more.
I'm killing the room.
Right.
The room is loving it.
Right.
And then they had these like decorative lanyards that were like flash. I was like, hey, bring me some of them lanyards since we ain't got no awards.
Pass out these lanyards.
So I was literally passing the lanyards out of the award. Dog, Henry was over there shooting, crying, laughing. But I ain't get booked to do that. I did that event like 4 straight years.
Yeah.
I ain't do
You
that
ain't
for
going
about
back.
I did about 3 years.
You ain't get the invite back. There might be.
But a 4th year later, they invited me back, and I came right back and restarted. Come on.
Yeah.
And I told them, I'm like, yo, we got to keep the room light.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all forgot the awards.
Yes.
You can't like just let it sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got.
There are times where I've been at my church picnic, and a couple of guys are like, hey, we're getting a little worldly now. Getting a little worldly.
What? First of all, I always love that. Well, yeah, we're getting worldly. So,
Yeah.
so what are the? I'm glad you brought it. So, what are the different ways in which folk try to communicate to you that, yeah, I think you're going a little too far. So, worldly is one of them. What?
That's the primary one. It's typically, and it's not the people of the world that usually got an issue with it. It's usually the saints, right? It's usually the people that have, which is why I kind of started the content that I started doing, was the Just Got Saved content, because I needed folks to remember, like, hey, you weren't always this person, right?
Or you still are.
Yeah, hello, like in your closet, you might still have some stuff that you got going on, right? And
You
so
still are.
So let's not be so religious.
Right.
Let's not be so. And sometimes that's kind of what we're coming against. Is yeah, no, man, you're worldly. We're trying to look like the world. You're trying to be like them. And why do we always have to compromise? That's another word.
Right.
You're compromising.
Right.
It's like, no, man, I'm not compromising anything. At some point, as I believe as a believer, I should be over some things.
Right.
I should be getting over some stuff. Like some stuff don't bother me no more because I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm plugged in.
Right.
And so I'm like, listen, no, this Too Short don't bother me. You're right, like he don't bother me. And so, yeah, no, you get that. You get people like, hey, man, you're doing too much worldly stuff, too much worldly music. Why don't you play some of this? You know, we got our own music over here. We could play some of this. I'm like, yeah,
you're looking like,
but it's boring.
No. Like,
it's boring.
Like we ain't trying to kill the room.
Yeah, we ain't trying to kill the room, man.
I always got. I remember there was a preacher. I ain't gonna say who, because he in Chicago.
Okay.
And we were somewhere to eat, and this gorgeous woman came in, and he was looking, and so I was like, Pastor, he's like, look, I might be saved, but I ain't blind. Dude, I fell out laughing. He said, I might be saved, but I ain't blind.
And he ain't. He's telling the truth.
I hollered.
You know how liberating that is for that man to be able to say, listen, I'm here. I'm in the room. I got eyes. Right? Like, I'm going to see things. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, sometimes we get to a place where we believe that holiness is behavior modification. Just because I don't do a couple of things that I'm better, or I'm a more prestigious person now because I've stopped doing X, Y, and Z. And it's like, no, holiness is a matter of the heart. And it's not even the problem that the pastor saw it. The problem would have been, what was he thinking about when he saw? How did he act on?
And did he get up and walk over?
Did he get off and walk over? Did he get a number? Did he slide a little something and say, hey,
what's your IG?
Right. In your Cash App, right? Want to bless you. Like that would have been, that's the issue. And so I think I try not to take myself too seriously, man. Like, if we're supposed to go out into the world and give this message of the gospel, man, we got to be able to communicate the way in which they communicate too, and understand the language.
I think, and I probably think music is the one place where people really lose their mind. Yeah. Dude, that's the devil's music. Yeah. That's the devil's music.
Yes.
And you're like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
ain't no satanic verses. Why? Like, why? What are you doing here?
Yeah. And so, and that's the thing is like, and we don't do this with any other medium. Like you get into a car accident, you call an ambulance, you ain't worried about whether or not they're Christian or not. Hey, when I get on the plane, Roland, when I get on the plane, I don't care what religion or not religion that they practice, the pilot does. Like,
you're like, I need you to land it.
I just need you to land it. Just land this plane and get me where I'm going. I care not. And so why do we do this with music?
Right.
Right now, yes, you do have to be careful there are some artists that are promoting some things.
Yes.
So you want to be careful about what you're taking in. And so, yes, but as a spiritually mature believer, you should be able to navigate.
I had this really holy roller. Just, these love songs. And they were just going off. Going, and I was kind of like, really?
Right.
I said, have you ever actually read the Songs of Solomon?
Come on. It's in there.
I said, have you actually
It's in there.
read Solomon?
It's a whole book.
Describing that fine woman.
Come on. It's in there.
I was like,
what more do you want?
I'm like, if you think that's descriptive.
Right.
And they thought I was sitting there. I was like, okay.
Right.
It was kind of like, oh my God. I said,
it's in there. Go read the book. That's what I'm trying to tell folks. Go read the manual.
I said, you can't complain about no love song.
Go read the manual.
I said, it's some love Songs of Solomon making like, oh my Lord.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, no,
Ooh.
that's definitely not the one for Youth Sunday.
Like,
You do
ooh.
not go to that book. Do you understand?
Yeah,
you understand? That's for the married couples, grown folks only. Because we're going to hear some stuff. We're going to say some things. Dude, yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, people read the manual. Like, Jesus even says it's not what's outside of you that defiles you. It's what's on the inside of you. So what this got to do with me out here?
Yeah.
It's I got to check my own self, right? Know your own self. So, yeah, no, it's a real thing, man. Songs of Solomon is in there.
Yeah.
And Solomon is very descriptive about...
Killing it.
Yeah.
Solomon was, you want to talk about spoken word.
Come on. Come
you
on.
just put a beat behind it.
That's what I'm saying, see?
And you gonna think it's Arthur Prysock. I was here in Chicago at WVON Radio.
Hold on. First of all, you put a beat behind Songs of Solomon, okay? The influx of babies that are going to be born.
No, okay. So I had a radio show here in Chicago, WVON Radio, morning show.
Yeah.
I just had like a 15-minute filler between guests. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? I'm like, it's 6:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. I said, so let me ask y'all a question. I said, what music does your man or your woman put on to get you in the mood? And so people start calling in they different songs. and I'm sitting, so they would call, I would play a little bit of it. Uh-huh. This season sang. Mm-hmm. She called it Roland, baby.
Come on.
She said, when my husband put on Arthur Prysock's Your Body Makes Eyes at Me. Now, I had never heard
make me scream,
of this song. I had never heard of this song.
Yeah.
Man, I played that song, and I remember my girl Sharon, God rest her soul, she was doing the news. Sharon was like, Arthur was how he was talking.
He's spitting that game.
It was basically Songs of Solomon. He was like describing his woman, had the sax, but bruh, I was like, yo, I ain't never heard of Arthur. But I know Arthur now.
Yeah, right.
And I'll be playing Arthur different times on the show after I heard that. But again, if y'all gonna listen to Arthur Prysock, Your Body Makes Eyes at Me, listen to that song and then go read Songs of Solomon. That was the same brother. Hey man. He was
listen.
So they can't be getting all being out of shape.
That's what I be trying to tell folks. Like, stop it. Like,
and then you can't be dancing. Did David dance?
Come on.
What there cymbals and instruments?
Come on.
And what are we? I swear I ran across some trumpets in the Bible.
At least some cymbals. Some. It was a triangle. Somebody had a triangle.
Right.
Somebody playing a xylophone or something.
And a tambourine ain't nothing but a bunch of cymbals.
I be trying to tell folks, y'all need to understand, and even if they like, look, that's Old Testament, Roland, y'all better check where Jesus' first miracle was. It was at a wedding.
At a party.
And he turned into a straight bartender. I'm just trying to tell folks what happened is he goes in, Jesus is at the party with his boys.
Jesus was everybody singing.
Right.
That's what he was doing.
You think they was up there talking about hallelujah?
No.
No, they wasn't. They was turned up. They was turned up. And then Jesus with his boys like, yeah. Like, and then they was like, hey, Jesus,
we out.
We ran out of wine. His mama came. Hey, son, we out of wine.
Hey.
Jesus like, hold on.
His mom was like, look, me and my girls.
Right.
Me and my girls.
Right.
Ain't got nothing to drink.
We got nothing to do.
What you gonna do?
Jesus like, man, listen, it ain't even my time,
Jesus
mama.
Did not make a liquor run.
Come on, right. I can't go to the nearest store, the nearest Walmart.
Jesus did not call his boy, bring back some ice, some red cups, and no, he did not. He's like, I got this.
Yeah. And she said, whatever he tell y'all to do, y'all do it. Next thing you know, Jesus is out here like, yeah, what you need? You good?
And the party continued for another 8-10 hours.
And then they said, oh, this is the good stuff, Roland. We've been waiting on this.
Y'all saying that.
Y'all been holding out on me.
See, that's the black person who you hide your good stuff. Because you know that certain uncle come over.
Right.
And then you bring that out.
You won't bring it out.
When a bunch of people start leaving.
Yes. And they like, yeah, bring that on out. Bring that on out. Well, you got the glass table, they got a little something. Yeah, bring that on. That's what Jesus, it's in the book.
Right. That's how you guys say
it's
in the book.
It's in the book.
It's in the book.
So I try to run with that mindset. Like, listen, y'all need to remember, like, Jesus' first miracle was out here bartending for the wedding. I'm just trying to let folks know. Just trying to let them know.
It was, and they hate when you put it in at that term, but it's like, well, that's what it was.
That's what it was, man. He was serving the drinks. I mean, and it was the best drink you was ever gonna drink. I'm just trying to let you know. And so, like,
and you know, a week later, man, last week,
right,
when Jesus
was
got
you
involved,
at that, man, in about the 12th hour, they brought out this something, I don't know.
And then they were like, the DJ was kicking it. He had the cymbals and the drums.
I'm
and
still a little woozy.
As you say, it's in the book.
It's in the book.
Y'all, it's in the book. So don't be watching this and then be sitting here trying to email somebody saying that we were sitting here. It's in the book.
It's in the book, man.
It's in the book.
Go read for yourself and read it in the context. Like, to run out of wine was a terrible thing back in that day.
Matter of fact, this is the moment where, like, the homeboy with the hotel, where he was like, it's above me now.
Yes. Yeah.
It's above
me. Yeah, to run out of wine.
You got a problem? It's above me.
It's above me.
It's above me now.
It's above me.
He goes, I can't help you.
Yeah, go take it up.
It's above me now.
Take it up to higher management.
Appreciate that.
Upper management, dude. Thank you, Roland. It was amazing, dude. We're going to be getting so many emails.
They'll be all right. They'll be all right. All right, so Paula Bree Babineau. Okay, so I'm interviewing her.
Who?
Bree Babineau.
Yes, Bree.
I'm interviewing Bree.
Yes.
And I threw out a couple of names.
Okay.
Bree didn't know who I was talking about.
Okay.
Then she told me I could not ask Hezekiah and Anthony because they're going to know who it is. She says, but I tell you, nobody else on this tour is going to know who you talking about and what you talking about.
Okay.
So the first question is, are you familiar with the Commodore song Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay, she had no clue.
What?
I even said Lionel Richie. She thought I meant Little Richard.
Yeah.
She thought Little Richard.
Little Richard?
She thought Little Richard. Straight up. So then
they in two different spheres?
And she literally thought Little Richard. She thought Tutti Frutti.
Not Tutti Frutti.
I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, Rudy?
Then I mentioned Jeffrey Osborne and LTD. She said Jeffrey Osborne. No, she said Jeffrey Osborne cannot be black last name Osborne.
How old is Bree?
She was like,
who is her parents?
She swore nobody else on this tour was gonna know who these people are.
What?
And I told her then her black card was in review status.
Yeah, it's out of there.
I said the committee's meeting next week to assess whether you.
Yeah, if you can even come back.
So look at that camera and tell Bree.
Man, Bree, I expected better. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, your car gone.
And then we asked.
We're gonna have to talk.
Hold up. The Walls family had no clue. Straight up. Doe.
Hey, man.
It was rough. Did Mike know? Mike knew one of them, right? Okay, Mike knew one of them.
What?
Who am I missing? Tim. Tim was struggling.
Oh my God!
I ain't asked her to.
Man,
I ain't asked her to Baptist because he don't listen to music.
They must be saved. Maybe I ain't there yet. But
yeah, yep.
LTD. Zoom?
Doc had no. Bree says that Larry Tom Dick is it LTD? She's like, who LTD? What is LTD, bruh? I'm telling you, it was all.
Yeah,
they tried to use We Young. Didn't nobody teach us? I said, you know about Mahalia?
Right.
I said, you know people who came before you.
Yeah.
I thought Thomas Dorsey, you knew who that was.
You know Aretha? Do you know Stevie? You know?
That was before my time. I was like, are you serious? So I'm just letting you know.
Wow.
So when you come across her, just lay hands on her.
We're gonna have to have a talk. Guess what's gonna be playing in my room now? They fought past. Yeah, this LTD, just so y'all know.
Right. Then I put on Holding On. Oh, I heard that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they probably don't know. They probably don't know.
But I'm like, you never inquired?
Right.
Like,
you ain't did no research?
None. She literally said Jeffrey Osborne could not be black with a last name Osborne.
She probably thought you was talking about Ozzy Osbourne.
Straight up. I literally FaceTime Jeffrey. She lucky he didn't answer. She lucky he didn't answer.
Ooh. Wow. Okay. So,
Yeah.
the bar is set pretty high then,
Right.
Going out here doing on tour. The walls?
The walls. That was
all 4 of them? My God, be with us on today.
Indeed.
Well, they can sing. they can sing.
All right, we go in and end with them. They
Yep.
can sing. They can sing, but they didn't know who the other black people are. Had no idea. Love Ballad,
What?
Stranger,
Man.
On the Wings of Love. None of that.
Wow. Now, not them easy like Sunday morning.
They didn't, bruh.
What?
They.
Hey, man. Okay.
So,
Okay.
So now your task is mixing.
You hit right
your
now, so
task
guess what's
is-
gonna be the first
okay,
song out there?
Let me.
Back in Love. My God.
Yes.
That's rough.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
Hezekiah's got to know.
No. She wouldn't let me ask. She said, you can't ask Hezekiah. She said, they older. She said, Hezekiah, Anthony gonna know.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
ask him.
Anthony
She
gonna
said,
know.
but everybody else on tour, they not gonna know who you people are. I said, I'm gonna ask everybody that question. Again, I ain't asked Sir the Baptist when he told me he don't even listen to music.
Really?
He said, I don't listen to music. I was like, well, I ain't gonna ask him because he don't listen to music.
I'm interested to hear why he don't listen to music.
No, because he said that he doesn't want anyone else's sound being in his head. So he said he literally said he does not listen to music. I was like, yo, that was an amazing interview. It was an amazing conversation.
Wow.
But he was like he blew me away when he said that he takes a shower and when the water falls off of his body, he knows the key of the water drop.
All right, but then say less. He's superhuman.
I was done.
He's a
I was
mutant.
like, you know the key
He's a mutant.
of the water drop.
He's a meta.
Bruh, I was like,
Yeah. All right.
we good.
Then yeah. Who needs LTD? Don't need them.
Like, we good.
Yeah. Good.
All right, Doc.
Dude, thank you, man.
Appreciate it.